we didn't mean like we don't need a man for nothing. It was just like we're proud we're able to do that.
And if you would just, I don't know,
Listen.
click on my Instagram, you'd see there's a man there. And that's what
Just
this episode isn't about.
Yeah, we're literally talking about marrying a man on this episode.
Literally.
Hey y'all, my name is Denasia and I'm a 24-year-old type A black girl from Las Vegas. I currently live in Jersey, working as a corporate girly in the beauty industry.
Hey y'all, my name is Faith and I'm a 25-year-old type A black girl from AZ, living in Denver, working as a corporate girly in tech.
When it comes to life, it's literally always something, especially as a type A black girl.
No matter what area you're in, Girl Talk always makes it better.
Get ready to enjoy an hour of us yapping about friendships, relationships,
and things we've learned along the way as type A black girls. Hope you enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi everyone, welcome to season 10 of Type A Black Girls.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
It's been an hour.
It's been an hour. It's been a whole day. I know we say that every episode, but it's because life really be lifing every single time that we come on this couch.
No, I think this is the biggest one though. Like literally, we left the house. What the frick happened after that?
Your knees got bruised?
Okay, you guys. I'm literally like, Denasia showed me how to like tap it, like squeeze the side and then tap the wallet with the face. Like I'm always behind her every single time. So
this is when we're going through the subway.
Going through the subway.
We're trying to like tap to pay that we can get through the turnstile.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the word. I've been like the silver thing, the turnstile.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go through this turnstile. The first time I bang right into it. So I'm like, okay.
And I hear and I'm like, is she good back there? Then I hear it again. I'm like, what's going on?
I got stuck in the middle, okay? And then she's like, Moms! And I'm literally underneath the turnstile trying to get out. She's like, oh my God.
All I did, I saw her knees hit the floor of the subway. I tweaked out.
Then we get up. It's so hot and murky in the subway. Denaja's just standing at the bottom of the stairs because she doesn't even want to get up in the air.
I hate that air.
I've never felt air like that before. We get on the subway, everything's fine. It is a lot of people on there, but whatever. Get McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about our hate comments.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we know we made it because we finally have hate comments.
We finally have hate comments.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
So we posted a clip from like one of our other episodes, which now for you guys would be last season.
Yeah.
Where we basically talked about like, oh, we're so proud of ourselves because it's not many generations of women that are able to live alone and be able to do that and not have a man financially support them.
Yep. People
are in our comments talking about, oh, wait. Let me scroll down. These young heifers are fried. They said, oh my God, OnlyFans changed a lot of hoes' lives for real.
What you say F me for?
What? Huh? We are not OnlyFans people. I don't know what type of content they thought we did. Love them if they do that, but like we don't do that. They said, oh, they say all this and end up blaming men instead of the economy. We will revisit this clip in 15 years. They think solitude and isolation is normal. I feel bad for these women. I don't know what crowd that reached.
Y'all just be making stuff up.
Yeah.
Literally paragraphs. I'm like, how do you guys have the time? Like literally today, me and Denasia, when I tell you truly work 9 to 5, I mean that with our whole chest. Like literally after Denaja's last meeting, she was like, woo.
Because I was done. And then we got dressed and came here.
Yeah.
And then she got bruised eyes. Like
no nap.
I'm reading these on the subway. Like all I hear is y'all don't want to pay any bills. Make it make sense. If we just said we're proud we could pay our own bills, why would you think that?
Let us just be proud. Like
it's insane.
Everybody just dumb. Like shout out to y'all because our engagement is up and stuck. But they're like I wasn't the first. Okay, well we said in our lineage.
Listen,
because our past lineage had kids and had men and they took care of them. Yeah, that's what it was. We not having
it's at 18K views right now and like 242 comments. We ain't never got 242 comments on nothing that we've ever posted.
Literally anything.
I just don't understand. But I mean, some girlies are in the comments defending us down.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
The ones that are in there defending us, thank you. You know what we meant? We didn't mean like, we don't need a man for nothing. It was just like, we're proud we're able to do that.
And if you would just, I don't know, click on my Instagram, you'd see. There's a man there. And that's what
Just
this episode isn't about.
Yeah, we're literally talking about marrying a man on this episode.
Literally. So I don't know. It was just very dumbfounded. Just a lot of... Anyways, Mom, let's get into the Clutchum announcements. Thank you to the girlies. Right now, it's July. Thank you to the girlies who have been subscribing to the Patreon. Very much appreciative. One of the girlies actually asked, can we do merch? I think maybe we do, like, if we get a certain amount of Patreon subscribers, then we'll do merch, because we need the girlies to really show up and show out before we put our whole heart and soul and toes into making merch, because we had talked about it and we were like, all of those shirts or whatever we do are going to be sitting in Denaja's house or sitting in my house.
Like a fulfillment center. And we said, if y'all pay them $3, then we will consider
exactly then we'll
dishing out money for that. But
and it's going to be limited supply. Like it never gave. Like it's going to be like, during this week you got to buy it and then we'll ship it out, because it's not
it never gave Fashion Nova.
Never gave Fashion Nova.
It's giving our top subscribers that are on it, like we'll have a code, maybe early access, and then seeing how we do that. But I know that when we did our rebrand, people were asking about the shirts that we had.
Yeah, they were asking.
So we knew then that it would be an option, but we're just filling out the scene. You know, trying to figure out when would be a good time to do it. But merch will come eventually. Yeah, we just want to work on getting Patreon up first.
And getting paid, because we're goodness gracious.
In the red.
We are in the red. We are not in the green yet. And even with Patreon, we know we wouldn't be in the green for real until, it's going to take some time, but like doing 3 seasons of just about full in studio, especially with multi-angle.
Girl, they don't know what that means.
They don't know what that means. Multi-angle.
But no, it's more expensive.
When you see that camera switch, just know it's expensive.
Know we spend a band.
Bands, okay? So, yeah, we are regrouping and figuring out what we want the next season to look like after this. So, really embrace this in-studio type vibe. But other than Patreon, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please rate on Spotify and review us. It really, really does help. And then on our YouTube channel, please comment. It helps. Literally, even just a heart or love y'all or check your DMs and to see what I'm talking about. Something. And finally, please check out the GroupMe and our link tree. It's also probably going to be in the show notes or the description of this episode. And honestly, that's where all the girlies be kikiing. That's really what it is.
Go kiki with the girls.
Go kiki with the girls.
We're in the GroupMe.
Exactly. If you have a dilemma, it'll be put in the GroupMe. But if you can wait some time, and undetermined amount of time, go ahead and submit your questions into the free suggestion box, and we'll answer it next season.
Yeah. So moms, let's go ahead and do Udit.
Yeah, Udit. Yeah. So I know you'll probably get tired of these ballet flats, but I'm so lit. So got my ballet flats from Tokyo. I got these pants from Fashion Nova. I got this set. I don't know. I do think this is a bathing suit top. I got this, or just a crop top. Yeah, thank you. I got this from Shein, and then I got these from Avisa. What is that? That earring place?
La Visa. Yeah.
La Visa. Yeah, I got this from La Visa last time I came from New York. This is the first time I've worn them. What about you, moms?
This top is from the Crypt. These jeans are Pretty Little Thing. These heels, I think they're J-Lo.
J-Lo, you love a good J-Lo. You got some mommy shoes?
Yeah, these are mom shoes. Mm-hmm. Also, the J-Lo documentary, any clip I see of J-Lo is just like so unhinged.
She's like, yeah.
She's like, when I was that crazy girl in the Bronx. I'm like,
okay, girl.
She went to the Bronx and they didn't know her. So anyway. And then these earrings are Amazon.
Oh, love. Yeah, I saw hers and I was like, okay, I guess I have mine, because I tried to do a gold hoop. They kept on popping off. I said, I'm not giving one earring like a pirate. So, yeah, y'all. That's
one earring like a pirate.
That's what it's gonna give.
Or a sassy man.
They love a little dangly earring. Yeah. But yeah, let's get right into it. So today we're gonna be talking about why I decided to elope. The whole wedding thing. So let's go ahead and start off when I got engaged. So when I got
to do question of the week,
girl, yeah. Sorry, today's
been a day.
Today's been a day, to the very least. Question of the week: what's the one thing your guests can't do at your wedding, moms?
Okay, I was telling Faith, like, I used to be a 4 weddings fiend as a kid. So, like, this list could be very, very long.
Okay.
But honestly, my main one at the moment is just, like, no kids.
Oh, well, I don't know. I just thought that was like a prereq. I don't.
He said that was already in the show notes. No, I mean, that's the main thing I can think of. Like, I don't know. I've been seeing things of mother-in-laws wearing white. Yeah.
What?
Like mother-in-laws feeling like, oh, I'm the mother of the son. Like competing with the bride.
Oh, no.
And they're wearing like either cream or like a white-esque dress.
There's so many other colors.
I don't know how I ended up on that side of TikTok, but I've seen so many of like mother-in-laws being like, yeah, I'm wearing white to the wedding. And it ends up being a fight. Maybe it's staged, but I be eating it up every time.
You're like, yeah.
I'm like, get her. Like when the bride and the mother-in-law fight. Yeah. That's obviously a no-no. I mean, whatever man I'm marrying, he can't be a mama's boy like that. Because we're not doing that.
White is crazy.
White is insane.
I feel like there's boundaries that have to be set. But if the son is a mama's boy,
that's
be like, I'm marrying this woman. This is her wedding.
Right. You have to do that.
You literally have.
You have to do. It's just like the ones I've been seeing of like the gender reveals where like they find out it's a girl or a boy and the couple's trying to celebrate. The mother-in-law is butting in, trying to hug the son.
Are you a mother-in-law TikTok?
I don't know, but I'm like, bro, it's scaring me bad because I'm like, I can't.
I've never seen that before.
Yes, I've seen so many of those, or even just like a sister like being like butting in, or like a close friend.
Yeah,
I mean that's the worst of it. He got a girl bestie and she butting in. When we find out
in the video, the 7-second reel. No. Absolutely freaking not.
I'm losing it.
No, absolutely not. For mine is don't take advantage of any of the things that like we're offering, specifically open bar. Okay, for me, I'm never saying those words at any of my events. Yeah. Now, my engagement party, it could technically be open bar because a lot of people on Dammy's side, Dammy's family doesn't drink. A lot of my family don't drink. It's really gonna be my friends for real, and then like Dammy's coworkers and stuff like that. But I literally, so India, one of my bridesmaids, she actually, honestly, if you want to make a
India was on the pod also.
India was on the pod. Yeah. You have to scroll, but you'll see India.
You'll see your name.
Yeah, she's my coworker turned bridesmaid, and she's literally like, she's my type A bridesmaid for real, because literally I've had people ask, where should I stay? Mind you, it's in the FAQ. I've had somebody.
She has a whole website.
I have a full website for this engagement party.
Any questions you have will be on that website.
Mind you, me and Hope sat there for like an hour or two right before Joy's Pac-12 track meet, and I wrote all of my FAQs down, and then Hope was like, we got to make this a little bit nicer because that's a little bit strong. Because I can come off strong. You just got to know your strengths and your weaknesses. I can come off strong. So we sat there, and literally I sent it out. People are sending me questions, and I'm getting irritated because I'm like, read the FAQs. Like, I don't want to come off bridezilla-ish, but I like being the guinea pig friend. That's the first to do everything is great because you're like, I checked off, I did it, but also. Frick, you don't understand the stress of being a bride. And I just spent 2-3 hours doing this with my sister. I wanted to make it meaner, but Hope said no. No.
So tone it down.
Tone it down. I said, okay, I'm glad my maid of honor can bring me balance. And one of the questions was, will there be alcohol? I said, yes, you can choose from a variety of non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages. Think 2 to 3 drinks per person because we have to hit a drink minimum.
Yeah.
I said, if you know you're a heavyweight champ when it comes to drinking, maybe get a buzz ball or 2 beforehand.
AKA pregame.
Pregame, because it never gave let's freaking lose it, get out of your mind. Not on my dime. Not on my dime. Like,
it never gave Jersey Shore, LMFAO, fist pump in the air.
It never gave fist pump. It can give fist pump in the air because we're going to have a DJ. I'm so excited, but we got to get through all the niceties before.
Yeah.
Okay. Cocktail hour, speeches, literally, if you were to see my Google sheet, you would understand why I'm saying 2 to 3 drinks per person.
And I know a few people invited that can get down.
I think we're thinking about the same person.
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm like, and the thing is, if you want to make a bride happy, click through their wedding website. Just click through it. Because
if they even have one. Because I've been to so many weddings and like, it was just vibes. Like, they didn't have no wedding website. It was just like, show up.
No, because now you're
even being a type A bride.
No,
like,
for
no
real.
way.
Now you're texting me during the week of. I literally have, if you have questions the weekend of, reach out to my maid of honor because I'm already going to be stressed. That's a lot of people. Now, I invited about 150. I got about half. And I'm so glad. If I had 150, I don't know what I would do.
That'd be a lot.
I'm so glad I got that 75 number. I'm super cool with that. Even then, I'm kind of rounding down to 65 because people are kind of dropping a little bit. So I'm glad I've kind of held off on catering. If I wanted a 150 person catering, I would have crashed out.
Everybody getting second.
Maybe
even third.
No, literally. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about why I decided to elope. So I got engaged in November 6th. No. I should know this, but I don't. It's not. I've had so many events after I getting engaged. Maybe it's the 14th, something in the teens, November teens. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So, we got engaged, and everybody's like, after you get engaged, everybody's like, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? I'm like, can I just look at my ring first?
We need to just soak it all in first.
That's it. So I'm like, okay. So me and Dammy are like, we should probably pick a date. Like, we should probably figure out like when we're getting married. So I'm like, okay, well, if I've heard a lot of the girlies say you need to book your venue 2 years early. So I'm like, okay, it's 2023 now. Let's say 2026. Because I'm like, we need to save up for the wedding, and then after that, we'll probably do the house. And so in my head, it was wedding, house, kids. That was the trajectory.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. And I was also married by 25 and kids by 25. Can you imagine?
Kids by 25.
My 18-year-old self had no clue what real life was.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? So I was like, okay, so that's November. So November goes around, Thanksgiving, Christmas. January comes around, and me and Dammy have to sit down and I look at him and I'm like, okay, when are we gonna buy the house? Because if we're getting married in 2026 and we're having an intimate wedding, maybe like 75 people in the Virgin Islands in the destination, as a destination wedding, we picked that because I said I like beaches, he's like mountains. That's how we picked it.
Combined.
Yes, it combined. So I'm like, I get it's your wedding too. So all right, let's see. So I just said mountainous beach area, Virgin Islands. Yeah. That's how I found that. So whatever. So what is it? January came down, we sat down, and he is like, so we can do the wedding, but that might push like kids because it was wedding 2026, house by 2027, 28, then that pushes kid to like 2030. And we were like, yeah. But I was like, it doesn't make sense for me to walk into an apartment after I've gotten married. That don't even feel right to me. That really did. I was like, we done spent all this money on a wedding and didn't prioritize our future, because really a wedding's for other people.
Yeah.
So I was like,
on God, it is.
It is. That's really what you're stressed about. Other people. You're not even stressed. Literally, all the stress that during my elopement or right before my elopement was not because of Dammy. Dammy was the least of my worries.
Yeah.
It was everybody else. But we'll get to that in a sec. But so I'm like, okay, well, I said, do you just want to elope? Like, that's what's the question.
Get it out the way.
I said, do you just want to elope? I said, I feel like if we elope, we can bring a few people together. We can grab lunch. I could get a cute little dress. And I had already had the House of CB dress from the engagement party.
Oh, right.
So the engagement photos, but it broke. So I had to return it. It didn't come in time.
Yeah.
I was like, I already got my dress.
Yep.
Are you just want to elope and then just do like a big engagement party and surprise everybody? And he was like, I'm down if you're down. I said, okay.
Period.
And so he was like, well, why do you want to get married to me? And I was like, because I love you so much and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. He said, okay, same. I said, perfect.
It's settled.
So it's settled. So that's how we decided to elope. So the thing is, we were actually supposed to elope in March. Because we decided in January. But Dammy's mom couldn't take off work because her whole floor of nurses got laid off.
Oh.
And she had to handle everything.
What?
Her and like one other coworker. So she was like, hey, everybody got laid off. I can't make it. And like, it was kind of January to March is like a very close pipe turnaround.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, well, let's do TBD until we know when she can make it. So we were like, hey, Miss Abiola, like, when can you make it? So she gave us June. I said, okay.
Yeah.
June is when we're doing it. Everybody has to work around his mom because his family's very small and he's a mama's boy, but he's very close to all of the women in his family, the grandma and his mom. Cool. So the guest list was Bisa, my mom, Hope, Joy, my dad, and that was my side. Then my little brother Mark, and then on his side, his mom, his two siblings, which were a surprise. He got surprised the day of.
Aw.
Yeah, it was so sweet. Because his mom was being so secretive. I'm like, why is she gatekeeping information? Like it was because it was the siblings. It was so great. And then his stepdad, his grandma, and his best man.
Okay.
And so his best man and here's the thing. My mom's rule was your sisters have to be your maids of honor.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's a black mom thing.
That's a black mom
thing. If you got sisters, it's like that's kind of built in.
That's built in. Like, that's your sister. Like, at the end of the day, that's your sister. So Hope and Joy are my maids of honor, but Hope and Joy didn't even know maids of honor had duties. And I said, yes, you do.
You do.
So
long list of them.
A long list of them. But realistically, like friend-wise, I'm kind of like grouping all of them as my maid of honor because like when I told Bisa she was my maid of honor, she goes, I said, well, my mom told me, she's like, well, your mom, it's not your mom's wedding. I said, I understand that. Mind you, Bisa has never gave me attitude before, ever. This was the first time in 10, 11 years of friendship she gave me attitude. She's like, well, you're being my maid of honor. I said, I get that, but your mom didn't give you that rule. Also, your sister's 10 years younger than you. So, no, like 15 years younger than her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like a baby. But yeah, so I just kind of grouped them all together. So let me actually get back to my notes because I will go on a tangent. One sec. What is it? So eloping kind of takes some time. Like, it's a process.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought like, I'm like, well, the people in Vegas, they just hop on there, go. So I'm not really thinking much of it. And so I told Dammy I want to elope. And so like late April comes and he's like, have you done like any research? I said, I mean, I looked. I think you just got to get like a paper. And he's like, okay, I'll do a deep dive. I said, thank you. Because my brain is just not all the way there.
You got to get a license? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
So first you have to find a judge that can do it on the day that you want. Yes. So we looked up all the judges, and this is specifically for Colorado. Do not take this if you live anywhere from Colorado, and even if you do your due diligence. Don't listen to me. But this is high level. So finding the judge, and then we Dammy decided we wanted a black judge. So we've got a black woman judge. She was great. She was amazing. And so we had to pay her $100 in cash day of. So Dammy, she was like, where's my fee? Like after. Oh, it was crazy. Dammy's like, oh, here you go. Yeah, it was the whole.
Here's your bill.
Yeah. So then, but before that, we had to get a marriage license. And the first meeting or the first session we had, they only have a certain amount of slots to get marriage licenses every single day. Okay. The first time we went, why was the site shut down? So they were like, hey, like, we can't connect to anything. Like, our network is shut down. So you guys have to come again. Mind you, this is like a week before the elopement. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So then we had to go like 40 minutes out at like 2:30 during the workday to go get the mayor's license. And it was like, are you guys siblings? Like, just like, what? I'm like, just like, they have to.
They even have to ask that. It's
like,
crazy.
It's crazy. I'm like, is Colorado people be doing that? But I think that's just like a prereq or whatever. So that all in total, getting married costs $135.
Paid more for shoes.
But, yeah. Just nuts. So yeah, and then my dress was about $300 to $400. It was House CB, so it makes sense. And then my mom was like, "Hey, son-in-law, my favorite son, I'll pay for your suit." Okay. So his suit was probably like $500-$600, and so she paid for that. So she wanted to do something for our wedding, but she knew I kind of had everything on my side covered. So yeah, it was a pretty cheap day, honestly. And then we ended up covering lunch that day. But I will say, we had planned. Lavi, who is one of my bridesmaids, Lavi had decided was like, hey, I could take your photos. I'm so excited to come. I'm so excited. I said, cool. But then she got an internship in India.
Oh right, yeah.
And she couldn't take the pictures a week before. She had let me know. She's like, hey, yeah. And I was like, she's like, I tried to get a connecting flight, but the only connecting flight is of this day. And I was like, okay. So for a few days, I didn't have a photographer.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to have to take iPhone photos. It is what it is. Put part to the game. What I'm going to do? Learn how to take photos? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, my little brother, he works at a coffee shop, and some random man gave him a really expensive camera out of nowhere. And he started getting into photography. I said, hey, brother.
It's time for you to lock in.
Lock in. I said, hey, brother. I know this is last minute, but could you take pictures for us? And he was like, oh, absolutely. Perfect. Photographer, set and done. I was like, thank the Lord so much. Like, because I was like, if I stress about this, I'm going to go insane.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister was literally told me at the end, she was like, excuse me, I'm really proud of you because I really thought you were going to be a bridezilla. I really thought you were gonna be a bridezilla. I said, me too. Like I did too.
Yeah.
But like I was just like thinking about like it's not that deep. This is about me and Dammy at the end of the day.
Right.
And what's like really what's important.
Mhm.
Like, yes, photos are great, but like we just who are the people that are surrounding us?
It's about your union more than anything.
It's really exactly. This is about what is the reason that we're all here? It's because of the union. So, what is it? What is it? So I tried to be type P because I was like, this is an elopement. It's not that deep. Everybody just knows to like just come looking presentable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just ask. I said, hey sissy, hey Hope, what y'all wearing? They were like, well, I mean, you didn't give us a dress code, and we were expecting you to give us a dress code. So I said, where would you kind of like wear to Easter? I guess like maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Your Sunday best.
Inspo and Hope Joy is like, whoa, I would wear jeans to Easter. I'm literally in my journal like, I don't know why
everybody's dressed for different occasions.
I'm like, do I have to make a Pinterest board? I'm like, I tried to not be stressed. I'm not trying to stress y'all out. Like, just come looking nice. But Joy's looking nice is jeans. So I'm like, I should have just known.
Jeans and a cute top.
Jeans and a cute. She's like, that's exactly what she said she was going to wear. I said, Sissy, do not wear jeans to this. She's like, well, can I wear a white skirt? I said,
wait, white skirt. Was your dress white? I'm like, I don't know if the same rules apply for elopement to wedding, but white in general is just an off guard for me.
And this is
what
off
the table
pissed me off, and I asked what I had to get in the journal. Literally, if you want to make a bride happy, do a lot of things, but specifically get them a bridal journal because you're not going to think you need it, but you're going to be riding in that bad boy. You're going to be like, I just don't understand. Like, you're going to be riding in it. I promise you're going to be riding in it. And what is it? And I said, Sissy, you don't wear white to a wedding. She goes, well, this isn't a wedding.
We have to choose a different color skirt.
No, I said
we just have to.
I said this is a wedding. She goes, no, it's an elopement. I said, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, please. Like just like
honestly, lime greens, light blues, light pinks. Honestly, all pastels out.
Oh, the thing is, I was okay with pastels. I literally told
because they be photographing white and it be looking crazy.
I didn't think lime greens is a little bit nuts, but
like a light green, all the colors.
Light green, yeah,
not lime.
Yeah, I was like,
lime is a little crazy.
White, yeah,
but all pastels, I feel like should just be off the table for a wedding.
Yeah. So I'm like, y'all, you know what? Just look cute. I don't even care at this point. So Hope is in like an electric orange top with like maroon pants. It photographed great. I said that's Hope. I said just come as you are for your bride at this point. I don't even care. I don't even care at this point. Sissy came with like a dress that I had given her because my hips was too big for it. And I think it was polyester. It was just not working. My mom, the day of, spilled coffee on her dress, getting out the car. Like it
just a lot going on.
Just a whole lot coming on. But the thing is, so all my siblings were acting up when it came to this dress code. So then my little brother calls and he's like, hey. And I was like, hey. He's like, so I only have khakis. No. I said, okay, that's fine. He goes, and I have like a yellow shirt. Or he said he had the yellow shorts and like a pink top. He's like, I'm like Patrick the Star. I said pastels, but I was like, don't wear jeans. And like for men, it's a little bit harder. You know? So I was just like, he's like, I'm just gonna kill myself.
I think there's a couple steps we could do before that.
So here's the thing. My brother is me, but gay. So just very intense. Just a very overall intense person. Love him to death. But all the gay people that I know are just such firecrackers. And I'm already a firecracker. So just imagine me just more intense. I'm like, Mark, don't piss me off. I'm gonna kill myself because like Patrick the Star. I said, just wear what you want. I don't even care.
Honestly, at that point, have the jeans.
Have the jeans. When I tell you, I've said I don't even care so much about a lot of these activities because it's like, you know what? Come as you are for your pride. It is what it is. So same thing with the engagement party. Just wear white. Don't wear cream. That's
my God.
Only ask.
No polka dots. Can I wear stripes? No.
Indy will be at the door checking. That's all I'm going to say. You better go to Target if it's cream.
And make sure, hold up a piece of paper. Is it white?
Is it white? Oh, white party. Okay?
This is an all-white party.
No, that's literally that's literally how I feel. But yeah, so right before the elopement though, there was a lot of stress coming from the mother-in-laws. Like so much stress.
I'm telling you, them damn mother-in-laws. I'm telling you. That's my biggest fear.
And it's good to be fearful. Okay. So my mom's like, I've been married so and so times and da 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 da. And it's like, okay, everybody's marriages ain't great. They all got they somethings. Okay. Y'all still might be together, but everybody got they something. And for us, there was nothing to there was no marriage that we wanted to mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, I'm taking your advice because I know you're seasoned and knowledgeable, but I'm also taking your advice
with a grain of salt.
With a grain of salt. More so like not even a grain. A morsel. I don't know.
Like
so literally like so Dammy's like, hey, like your mom wants you to call her, and I was like, okay, like I'm not thinking much of it because like they're very big Nigerians and like I think African households really are big on like call the parents like weekly, if not like every other day type vibes. Okay, and I'm not used to that. My mom is just like, I just call my mom out of like
catching up.
It's a catch up.
Yeah.
With Nigerian household, it's more for me. Like they're very like, how was your day? Good. How was work? How was family? Have a good day. I'm like, that's not a fun call. Like
that's a literal check-in.
That's literally, but it's literally just checking in. So I'm like, okay, it's probably just a check-in. I haven't talked to her in some time. That's on me. I should have been calling her, whatever. Call her, and she's like, "Are you ready to get married?" I'm like, "Yeah." Ooh. She's like, "Are you ready to be loyal to my son?" I'm like, what's going on? And like, she's like, what if Dammy asks you to have kids tomorrow? And I said, well, I'm not having kids tomorrow. Like, that's not, and I think for us, I really struggled with being like, we. It was very I. So her check-in was, it kind of triggered me because I'm like, why are you asking me this less than a week before the elopement? You see what I'm saying? Like, why do you, like, what if Dammy says he doesn't want to get married tomorrow?
Wait, she asked that?
Yes. And I'm like,
well, then he won't be married.
No. I said, he won't do that because I know him. And we agreed on that. She's like, well, did you guys agree on that? And I think she kind of thought like, was the whole thing. Oh. And I think it was like, I just want to make sure that you are thinking of you guys together and not you individually, because I can't be selfish. And she knows that, and she knows that I can be selfish. So imagine that stress. I'm on the rooftop after the gym, like,
this is supposed to be a high and by check-in, and you asking me, am I ready to be married to your son? Am I going to be loyal?
Mind you, I had no clue this was the call. So I'm like, okay, like, and I'm like, I handled it very well. I was like, I am going to be loyal to your son for sure. That's not even a thought in my mind. But also, I know Dammy, and he wouldn't ask me to get married. I mean, he wouldn't ask me to have kids tomorrow. And she's like, like, when do you guys plan on having kids? And I was like, 27, 28. She's like, I just don't want you to wait so long. And it was more so like a nursing, because she's a nurse. Like, if you wait too long, but I'm like,
but exactly. Also it is a joint decision, and it's like,
it's a joint decision. Like, it's not like I'm an incubator. It felt very incubator-ish. And I was just like, I really don't like this. So, but I was like, you know what? Like, I understand. Like, I was trying to I can get triggered really fast. And I could take things personally really fast. But I was like, I cannot do this to my mother-in-law because she is me, just Nigerian. We have the same birthday. Yeah.
But also, I mean, that's also hard to deal with when it's a week before the elopement, and it's like, these are questions that
you should have been asking in March when you thought we was gonna get eloped.
Not even just that, it's like, that's before or during the engagement process. Like, you guys have been engaged. I mean, that's just a hard talk to have.
It's so hard because we did it very unconventional. And she's like, we're Nigerian. Like, I kind of would have wanted like this, that, and the third, but I understand why you guys are doing it this way. And I was like, because Nigerians, how they do weddings.
They do it big.
They have like step. And I was just like, that's not what I want. And Dammy's big thing was just like, the wedding is for you. Like, what do you want? And we'll make something shake from there. So that was like a very hard conversation to have, because I was just like I came downstairs to Dammy, and Dammy was like, what did you and my mom talk about? And I was like, did you know she was going to call me and ask me all them questions? And we kind of had to have like that hard talk. And that hard talk led to, we realized we never talked about jointly when we wanted to have kids. Ever. Like, ever. Like, we kind of said, like, I would always say, like, once we hit all the consonants, like, that was kind of like the thing. Like, but we never sat down and talked about kids. I was just like, I just knew I wanted to have them late. And one of my main fears and one of the biggest reasons why I waited to have sex so late is because I didn't want to turn out like my mom and suffer and like really be like, I have to provide for my kids because I know that's what I would be, but I didn't want that to be my reality because I saw how much my mom struggled and now she's living her life at 45.
Yeah.
I did not want that. And I didn't want to like resent my kids. My mom never did that, but I didn't want to resent my kids because I know I potentially may.
Yeah.
You know, and I know mothers that have done that, and I don't want my kids to suffer. I want to be the best I can be, have money in the bank, have money for a nanny, have space for the kids' friends, like the whole nine. I want to be that house. I want to be comfortable. Exactly. Yeah. So it was like we sat down and Dammy was like, I honestly do want kids earlier because Dammy's biggest fear is like, he's like, men die earlier. And I'm like, I understand that, but I don't know if 1 year is really going to make or break anything, you know, but that's not his outlook. So we really had to have like hard conversations during the week before the elopement. Like we had a lot of hard conversations. So like before you get married, definitely like talk about kids. And I'm talking about how you want to raise them. Do you want to circumcise them? Do you want a nanny? Like, do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Is that even an option? Like I'm talking about all of the things, okay? And also talk about like when I realized his mom had my same birthday, I started sobbing the first year. Because I'm such a big birthday person. She's not, so it's fine. But I was like, you know, you're kind of a mama's boy. Like, you know, you're raised by your mother. You have a lot of respect for her, which I absolutely love. And it helps being a mama's boy. It does in a lot of areas. But I was like, once we're married, who comes first? And he was like, you. And I was like, okay.
Good answer.
Great answer. So, and that was really the thing because there was a lot of stuff that like his mom would say something or my mom would say something. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's what we decide. I appreciate you guys. But like, it was really hard for both of our moms to give us away because
take a step back.
It was take.
Yeah.
Because his mom was more so like, this is my first son. This is the only son was like my maiden name, you know, like this is my pride and joy. I just don't want you to hurt him. That's all the questions she said. Having that as perspective and context on why she was asking those questions, it wasn't a dig at me. Yeah, it was not a dig at me at all, which was
hard to process.
Very hard to process. But it was more so she just wants to make sure this finalized lifetime commitment, her baby boy is making the right choice.
Right.
You know, because she likes me. She loves me. We've met, we giggle, it's fun, it's great. We've gotten comfortable together. But that conversation like really sent us into a spiral of a lot of the questions that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
And maybe that's why she did it. She's probably like, these are things you need to be discussing up front. So she was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there.
Everything.
And then you catch it.
Yeah.
And then now here you are.
Exactly. And so, yeah, it was, we had a lot of tough conversations and I was just like, goodness gracious. And then my mom over here in tears.
Why?
Like her first daughter's getting married, you know, and she had never met her, Dammy's mom before because
for the elopement.
Yes. Because we were a COVID couple. And then during COVID, Dammy's mom moved to Houston and now my mom is a trucker. And there just hasn't nobody took the time to sit down and be like, maybe the mom should meet. And the moms didn't say, maybe the mom should meet until 2 weeks before the elopement. Yeah.
The moms got to meet.
Mom's got to meet.
Big one.
Mom's got to meet. Have the moms meet, you know. And then so day of the elopement, you know, no, actually my mom so a few weeks before we were in Houston, my mom was like, hey, I need you and Dammy to call me. I'm like, oh, here we go. What's this lady want?
All these calls.
This was before Miss Abiel. This was 2 weeks before. And she's like, hey, what is it? She's like, I think you guys need to go to a marriage counselor. and what is it? And something else. Oh, she said she gonna have some money coming, and it did. It was my rent deposit from North Carolina. I said, perfect. Hey, perfect. Hey, I'm lit. And then so she was like, I think you should have this this pastor be your marriage counselor. And Dammy's biggest thing, because he didn't grow up in the church like I did. Like my grandpa had a mega church. Everybody knew our business. Like it was big. And describing that to him, he was like, I don't want nobody in our business.
No parts.
So any counselor we have needs to not be somebody that knows your family.
Yeah.
It needs to be literally a third party. So I'm like, Mom, we are going to have to decline that ask because, like that's just not what we want to do.
Yeah.
And she was just so stressed because she's like, I really feel like you got to do marriage counseling, da da da. So I'm scrambling trying to find a marriage counselor, but they always have like 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, aren't they booked out?
Out. So I'm like, I'm telling my therapist, I'm like, I don't know what to do. She's like, well, I am licensed to be a couples therapist. I said, okay, let me ask Dammy. Because another one big thing that like I had been working on is not saying yes without checking with Dammy first.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that a lot. And Dammy's like, I am the man of the house and you're not really treating me with respect as the man of the house. And because I'm just thinking like, yeah, it's both our houses, like we're roommates or something. No, we're about to be husband and wife.
Partners.
And there's just a lot of learning you're doing for the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up, she was like, I could be your couples therapist. I said, absolutely. She's like, if you guys want to do somebody else after, you have more time to find out. But I know my mom was like, I cannot like approve of this wedding unless you guys have counseling first.
Oh, wow.
Oh, brother.
Wow.
So I'm like, because she was actually supposed to do the wedding for us, but the judge had to because it was elopement. So she was just there.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So she kind of just prayed over it and called it a day. But so we did counseling and she's like, okay, thank you guys so much for doing that. Ooh. And so now I will say to the girlies, it's expensive. And being married is expensive mentally, exhaustionally, physically. Like it's exhausting, but it's great when you're with the right person. But I will say in your wedding budget, if you can, and you can also use HSA, that's how I pay for my therapy. What is it? Paying for just setting aside money for 12 months of therapy for your first year of your marriage. I will say the first time Dammy was a little bit more closed off, but the second time Dammy has been using the words that this therapist is saying.
Not the buzzword.
He's like, yeah, the therapist said this, and I'm like, don't piss me off. But like, I am paying for it. So we've been I pay for 2, he pays for 2 type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the therapy has been like really good. Like it's little things that we don't think of. My therapist is like, Faith, need you to stop talking. Can you let Dammy talk? And I'm like,
hey, I was gonna ask like what that dynamic is like because like the therapist already knows you.
Yes. So
she doesn't know Dammy. She only knows Dammy from like your stories.
Mm-hmm.
So like, like I don't know, was there any like bias? Because she's like, I already know you. She's trying to get to know him.
So I think it helped us because she already knows. She's like the first session. I'm talking, and she's like, yeah, Faith, we already know. We know how you can get. And I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, I know you really like talking, but we do need to let Dammy talk. And Dammy smirked. I said,
not too much.
Not too much, Mr. Sir. This is my therapist. So it was like, it's actually helped us because she knows my background and how I describe our relationship and stuff. Yeah. But like, she'll be like, hey, I need you guys to try this. Because like we were kind of bickering a little bit. We were telling her about how we were bickering in Tokyo and like just our little things. And she was like, yeah, you guys aren't ready for kids yet. Please don't get pregnant. I said, oh yeah, no.
Please don't get pregnant. It's between that and the mother-in-law saying, y'all having kids tomorrow, yes. I would have crashed out.
Yeah. So it takes a lot of patience. Like marriage does really take a lot of patience, and before marriage takes a lot of patience, just because of it's really everybody else. But it's been like really eye-opening, and like Dammy has always said, I didn't unleash my crazy until we started dating. He said, I didn't know you were this insane until we started dating.
Sometimes you just gotta have a little warning label.
And the thing is, I was like, no, but the thing is, we were friends in July. We had our first kiss in October. We started dating in November. So, and we were best friends from July to October. So, like,
that was only 3 months of probably nothing to be crazy about.
Nothing to be crazy about. And it was a very exponential, like, I really love this man. To like, I don't like him, so I really love him. That's literally how I said I love you first, which is in and of itself insane. Just disgusting. But yeah, so what is it? Yeah, therapy. And I was telling Kelly, who is our other married friend, I said, yeah, we're doing 12 months of therapy. She goes, that just hurt my bank account. And it will. But weddings are expensive in and of itself. You might as well add that $1,200 to $1,500.
I mean, that's an investment in your relationship.
Exactly.
That should come before the wedding.
Thank you. It honestly, I would have loved to like 6 months of marriage counseling before, but that's just not our story.
Yeah.
But now it's more so preventative than anything.
Yeah.
Like, we are good. Like, I really do enjoy me and Dammy's relationship, but for me, I can get very selfish for sure. I can get if I've had a bad day, and get very snappy, very snarky. Dammy I can't even count on one hand the amount of times Dammy has snapped on me after having a long day. Mind you, he has people working under him. This man is so patient with me, and I'm learning patience. Dammy's has learned patience because he had to grow up so fast. I thought I had to grow up fast. Dammy had to grow up very fast. So it's just like, and a lot of the stuff stemmed from childhood. Like, my therapist was like, so you like your routine this way. Faith likes to sometimes take your stuff and not put it back. Can you kind of explain why that is?
Oh, she's getting down to the nitty freaking gritty.
Yeah, and she's really good. Like, that 109.80, she eats. Like, she gets
down.
She eats down for real. So I think therapy has like really, really helped us. And I'm like, we're only on month 2. No, like I said, Dammy said I unleashed my crazy when we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Now that we're married, mind you, so Dammy, as y'all have probably seen, he's very sweet. He does everything for me. I can turn off my brain, everything.
Yeah.
I love him so much. But now that we're married, I think a big thing when we were together was his thought process was, I don't want to tell her no because she might leave me. That was a lot of her like his thought process. And I was like, and the thing is, that was more so him. That was nothing I said. It was just what he thought, you know? And so I was like, and then my thought process was, he's so good to me. I can get real rude, real fast, very snarky, very sassy. He might leave. So that was always that in the back of our minds. Like, we're just
two very opposite sides of the same spectrum.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
so now that we're married, that's not a thing anymore. It's not like, literally in therapy, she was, Dammy, and that might not be the way he phrased it, but that's the way I see it. And because I'm good to switch up a word or two. I'm good to switch up. So if Dammy, if you're watching this, just
Dammy, watch this. Like, when did I say that?
When did I say that? That's why I said I am known to switch up a word. But that's how I've seen it. But now it's more so we're in therapy, and she's like, you know, she's like, I need you to just let her be mad. If you bring up a concern of yours, you don't have to console her because she's not the victim. Because if he brings up something I did wrong, I'm like, I'm just the worst girlfriend. Like, in my head, I'm like, I'm the worst girlfriend in the world. Like, I suck, like, very, very negative self-talk. And Dammy usually consoles me, and then I turn into the victim. But now, once my therapist said the words, let her be mad, why have I been mad pretty often? Like,
took that and ran.
Was that when I tell you therapy? Dammy like loves therapy. Like, he's like, yeah, you know, in therapy. Oh,
is this his first time in therapy?
He's done it a few times with the man, but consistent, I think.
Yeah.
So that honestly, I didn't think this was gonna turn into a therapy talk at all. I thought we were talking about, but
no, but I mean, it's helpful.
This is,
you don't know unless you know,
and I'm the guinea pig, y'all. I'm the guinea pig. I'm hoping y'all are enjoying this, but what is it? So this was a big thing. I was kind of debating on whether or not I wanted to say this in the pod because it's very like, but what is it? Freck. Hold on. During the ceremony, Freck.
Moms.
Okay, Freck. Okay, hold on.
Are you good? You sure? We don't have to put this part in.
I think it's important. I didn't know I was gonna cry. I think it's my period.
It's okay. Hands. It's okay.
Okay. So, Frank, we were at the ceremony, and my dad wasn't able to make it to the ceremony. Um, it's because of flights and things like that, and it was just like there could have been better pre-planning, and like, so because my dad wasn't able to make it, everybody was like, "Does she even got a daddy?" Like everybody was just like, where's her dad at?" Like, we know she was invited or he was invited and stuff like that. So he comes late and he gets there at lunch. We went to get pizza, and he kind of just made the whole vibe change. You see what I'm saying? Like, my dad can sometimes come off as arrogant. He's working on it, but that shit is what it is. And so he also did like make some comments to my mom about Demi's family. And Demi's family is very observant, but they're not gonna say nothing. That's really Nigerians. So his family overheard, and my mom let me know, and I was like, I cannot start a marriage with lies.
Yeah.
But I know he's gonna be pissed off because they already have kind of had a rocky relationship. My dad's side of the family and Dami. Dami just never felt welcomed. Ever. Yeah. So, but being raised by my dad's side of the family, I was always just really stressed and anxious, you know. So I was like, every time we would go there, I would be like, if they say a comment, please don't say anything because I'm already anxious being here. I already don't want to be here. So, what is it? We were at pizza, and then we went to see Inside Out 2, and I was like, this is the best wedding ever. Like, other than my dad not coming, I was just like, at the end of the day, what's important is our union. Had amazing vows, and but after Dami, we went to Inside Out. We had amazing sibling time with like the in-laws and stuff like that, and it was super fun. And then Dami took his family home. Me and B said my mom were cutting watermelon. My mom told me what my dad said, and I was like, I got to tell Dami. Yeah. And there were some derogatory comments, and so I told Dami, in the first day of our marriage, Dami literally had to go on a walk downtown at 12 a.m. Mind you, Denver downtown is full of crackheads, so he had to bring his gun. And I'm like, my man is walking for an hour, heart rate, I don't even know. First day of my wedding because of the comments my dad made. Yeah. And he didn't make it to the ceremony, And, I've been in a very, like, charges to the gay mindset. Like, what am I grateful for? So I was like, I'm not going to let it get to me. But because it affected Dami, I was like, okay, well, it's now affecting me because it's the first day
both of you guys
of our marriage.
Right.
So, like, I was just like, so Dami had talked to my dad. He's like, we need to talk. He's like, period. I never, like, now
I hope he ate him up. Read him for filth.
He did. And my dad was like, he's like, no, you're going to let me talk. Like,
period.
Dami, like, really, and he was like, I really respect you for doing that for your wife now. Like, I've always really respected you. I never knew that you felt this way, because my dad can be oblivious. Because he just like I say and saying things, just think of just X multiplication factor of I don't even know, because that's just my dad. So that was really rough because I didn't think it was affecting me at all. But the more I kind of like told like people, they were like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I've been so like, it is what it is type vibes in this brain of mine that I'm just like,
you're not processing how it really is like impacting you.
And the thing is, I didn't when I put dad on the bullets, I didn't think this was gonna come up, but a girl needs her dad, and so it was I got married the day before Father's Day, and and I had got him a like little photo album that said like Daddy and Me, and I was gonna send it to him because I forgot to give it to him, but I was just like, why don't I want to give him a Father's Day gift? You see what I'm saying? And then I text my dad that night because I just slept the whole day because I was just like exhausted from everybody coming, and I was like, hey Dad, I'll call you tomorrow. And then I never called him the whole week. And I was like, right before our honeymoon, I was like, I have to call him because I can't
you can't go to the honeymoon feeling all that.
like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just call him. And I called him, and he was like, he gave me the reasonings, the adult reasonings behind everything. And I was like, it's understandable. What he let me know was, I said, Dad, I think you still think I'm a kid. And you not telling me any of this stuff makes me just believe that you're a deadbeat dad and you don't care. And you're just self-absorbed. And he was like, that's not the case at all. It's this, that, and the third. And I was like, if I would have known that, I would have felt like, I still would have been sad that you missed my wedding, but I would have understood why you couldn't have came the day before. Like, why this, why that, why that, And he was like, I guess I really just don't know you, like, and that, like, growing up, I put on a facade. Like, I code switched so that I wouldn't be judged. I would judge either way, but so I wouldn't be judged by my grandma and my dad and stuff like that. And I was like, honestly, Dad, I rebrand every quarter.
You got a lot of catching up.
You got a lot of catching up too. And I was like, I said, Dad, I pay adult bills. You've got to tell me these things as they come, because you're not burdening me. He's like, I just think you're so busy. You're going to be a wife. I said, Dad, everybody got they something.
But also, that's not the mentality you have when your daughter's getting married.
Exactly. I was like, Dad, if you would have just let me know. And the thing is, my dad chose to do a Frontier flight. Mind you, he had never flown a Frontier. I think he got there late. They didn't let him on the flight. Like, it was a whole thing. And I was just like, Dad, I do forgive you. I really don't got nothing in my heart. It's just, you made the first few days of my marriage hell.
Yeah.
Because of how angry my man was, because you missed my wedding.
Not only that, it's how you acted once you got there.
Because
you didn't have to do all that.
They're off the whole vibe. And I'm like, Dad, you could have offered to pay for lunch. You didn't. We paid for lunch. You could have offered to pay for the movies. You didn't. You offered to pay for your ticket. But then you had to leave early to catch the flight. Same day.
So what did we do right? Nothing.
Yeah. So I said, Dad, you're going to have to make this up. So I said, I would like you to pay for the family brunch during the engagement party. He said, okay, I could do that. And he's like, Faith, I said, Dad, I want you to be like those dads in the movies. And he was like, basically, from what I heard, he just doesn't know how to be a dad yet. And it's hard because you have 6 kids. You see what I'm saying? I feel like you should be dad of the year every year type vibes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But he was like, you have to let me know exactly what you want. But every time it feels like I ask him for what I want, he does it at a discounted rate. That's what it felt like. So I was like, I said, okay, that's irritating, but at least you're telling me what you need. Yeah. I said, I would like you to put money in the cash fund for our house, and I would like you to pay for the family brunch, and it's going to be a lot of people. He goes, I don't think I can do help with that house quite yet, just because of some adult stuff that he had let me know. I said, thank you for letting me know this.
You got to communicate it.
You've got to communicate this. So, but he's like, I can't do the family brunch. I said, okay, it's probably gonna be $500-$600, but this is how you can make things right.
Yeah.
So that was like a really rough period. Like it was literally like I was cutting watermelon with my bestie and giggling with my mom, and we were talking about just childhood memories, and it was great. I was like, and I had just watched Inside Out 2, one of my favorite movies, and with my best friend. It was great. Like they were talking about nostalgia, and nostalgia was like, oh, you have to come back during your best friend's wedding. So it was like very on brand. Very on brand. It was great. But it was like, I was like, wow, like life is so good, but then it hit.
Yeah.
It hit during that week. Like, why do I keep on pushing off calling my dad? And work isn't even that busy for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really rough, because Dammy's big thing is like, if you're at 100%, I'm okay being a little bit lower because you can lift me up. But he was at like maybe 2010 because he was just so mad. Okay, he was pissed off. And I was like, I don't know how to bring this man up because this is something my lineage did. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was rough. That was a little bit of a rough. That's why I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna say it. But obviously, I saw the waterworks.
I mean, shoot. It's warranted. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, and I was just like,
and it's pitting your family against the family you came from versus your new family.
My new family. Yeah, and Dammy was like, your daughter's never getting another wedding again. Yeah, she's having that other thing, but this is her ceremony. This is her first and only wedding, and you missed it. Like, you can never take that back. You can never, So that was rough. That was pretty rough. But I was just like, what am I grateful for? Like Bisa being there, girl. We got 6 minutes, but I didn't even get to the morning. I did a full itinerary. I planned to have 2 hours to get ready. Hope's flight delayed. She was supposed to do my U-part wig and braid it down. Like, it was a whole thing. Bisa was there, and I was like, hey, I have to rush to go grab Hope from the airport. Can you grab some Got2b? Mind you, Bisa don't know nothing about no Got2b.
Not you sent this girl in the beauty supply store on a goose chase
to Walgreens. So my mom and her like going on like a coffee run and going to Walgreens. And I was like, I need waterproof mascara. I need eyelashes. My mom got me she got me way too big eyelashes for me because I'm really simplistic. I'm like, Mom, what the frick? And my eyes are really sensitive. And so that was good. So I was like, my mom and my bestie got to have like bonding time, and they've known each other for 11, 12 years. And then I picked up Hope. Everything was good. We're giggling and stuff like that. And what is it? I had an hour to get ready by the time I got home.
Baby, that alone would have took me out.
An hour to get ready.
Including the U part?
Uh-huh. I've never got braided so fast in my life. And it was
shout out Hope. Hair by Hope,
for real. Like it was great. And what is it? And then but before I was like, Bisa, can you run some errands for me? She's like, I might just start crying. Mind you, it's like I said we need a lock. I said, Bisa, I don't got time for this. I gotta get, like, I love you so much, thank you, but like I don't got time to cry right now. So if you start crying, I'm gonna start crying. And
we didn't already try to do this face, this hair.
It was ridiculous. But like literally, Bisa and Hope and Joy were like my rock. I'm like I wasn't a bridezilla at all until I'm doing my makeup. My makeup started looking muddy, really muddy. I'm like. So my sister's name is Hope, but I call her Creepo Lipo, and I'm like, Lipo, like I scream her name like bloody murder, and she's like, what?
What do you need me to do right now?
My face looks muddy, and we have to leave. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she helps me do my my eyeshadow and does my makeup. She's like the best makeup sister for real. She's everything sister, honestly. And Beast is over there like, do you need anything? Like, can you find my boob pads? I can't find my boob pads. They're on the freaking kitchen table. But so I'm like, can I use your boob pad? So I use her boob pad. Literally. But the thing is, everybody there's talking about areolas because the dress was like open, and so but I didn't have enough boobs to fill it. So literally, Grandma talking about some. I said, Grandma, I don't got enough. I don't got enough to fill it.
We're working with what we got.
Everybody doesn't see my areolas. Like, it just is what I'm pulling it up as I'm saying my vows. Like, it's just.
Wait, are y'all in the courthouse?
No, girl, we're outside. Dammy's sweating buckets, like
outside the courthouse.
Outside, it's like it was beautiful. It was like beautiful, like doors.
Oh,
so we're standing outside every cent. It was a whole bunch. We're rushing. My mom got coffee on her lap. Like we're taking pictures in the hot sun. Grandma talking about something. I want to take pictures with Faith. Where's my sister? I want to take a picture with Faith. I'm like, Grandma, I'm gonna come. I'm coming, Grandma. I promise.
Everybody got to get their pictures.
Everybody got their pictures. Like it was a lot, but it was great. But I do want to end off the ep with thank you. The ep with
I don't even know what time it is.
We got 2 minutes. I want to end off the ep with my vows. Where did I put that at? Docs.
Your actual vows?
My actual vows, yeah.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. It's getting real.
This feels like an inside scoop.
Engagement party details, Tokyo, 22. Oh my gosh. Which one is it? Where did it go? Are you kidding? Where are my vows at? I do not know where I wrote them. Oh, vows. There we go. Okay. All right, ready? Okay. Dammy Lola Animashan, my sweet keys, my Lola Bola Zola Dola Bear, my sweet man. I talk a whole lot when it came time to write these bad boys. I didn't know what to write. When you asked me why I wanted to marry you, I said, because I love you and want to be together forever. I couldn't imagine my life without you. You are my oxygen, my home, my everything. When I'm without you, it's like a piece of me is missing. I get energized and giggly just by seeing your cheeks when you walk through the front door every time you come back home. My heart has butterflies in it because of you. Just waking up and seeing your little calm face makes me feel like the luckiest girl in the world. You make me feel wanted, but more than wanted, you make me feel accepted, even with all of my quirks and faithisms that change every second, it seems like, and you go with them. Because you love me for me. You teach me something new every day, whether it's peanuts and cereal or some fun fact from a rabbit hole you went down the week before. You're truly an angel sent from heaven, made perfectly for me. I vow to always make you fun secret ingredient meals and not tell you the secret ingredient until you ask 5 times. I vow to always give you cheek nose cheek kisses for life. I vow to try and make you giggle until I can't anymore. I vow to work on me, with your help, of course, to become the best wife of the world. That they put it in the Guinness Book of World Records and even make a movie about us. I'm going to be just that good of a wife. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with the person that makes me so happy I could scream from the mountaintops, I love my man so much. And that's my vow. Just very unserious.
Very. But you get the message.
You get the message. You get the message. But you guys, thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what was it like reading that out loud with all your family around?
Tears.
Because that's my biggest fear.
So, literally, tears. Dammy said he wasn't going to cry. Of course he cried in combination with the sweat because it was so hot. I'm crying throughout. I'm pulling up my bra so that nobody sees my
Areola's out.
Areola's out. Like, it was a lot, but I wouldn't change anything for, like, except for my dad. But, you know, life happens. I wouldn't really change anything about the day. I loved it. I literally ate it up so much, and I'm excited to get married after we get the house.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all, this was the wedding episode. I didn't think it took a lot of twists and turns, but thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.